Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lee. In today's video, I would like to show you how you can build Docker images for x86 and ARM64 architecture using the Docker tools on NixOS. Let's get started. First of all, let me open my terminal. Because I'm running macOS, I'm going to use orbstack to create a NixOS for me. So we just type orb create NixOS. Now that the system is created, we can do SSH orb. We are in the NixOS. Let me just exit, and then we can do Nix anywhere, and then we can use Colmena to deploy my Nix configuration for me. So let me just do Nix run, Colmena, and orb. All right, so it's done. So let's go to the NixOS again. Looks good. So next I'm going to open my blog. This blog post. Okay, so the first thing we will be doing is to get the template. So let's go to my server and then do nix flake.nix -t GitHub, my username, and flake templates Docker. All right, so let's have a look. So this is the template I have prepared for you. So the image name is example and the image tag is latest. That's the default one. And this template is actually good to go. So if you want to try it, you can do nix build. Let's say this is because this is running on AMD. So I just do AMD 64. All right, so we can see there is a result here. We can do docker load results. So we've got this image in our Docker. We can run docker run, and then put in the image tag bash. So we are inside this Docker container. Very straightforward, right? So let's go back to my blog post. So as you can see here, this is the sections that we need to change throughout all the sections. So the first thing we want to try is to build a interactive container. So as you can see here, we already built with the default templates, right? But then if we want to set the entry point to be the bash automatically, we can do we can add the entry point here. So config equal to entry point, and it will be bin.bash. We need a semicolon here and here as well. And then we can do build again. Nix build. And we can also do docker load. And then we can do docker run, right? So with docker run, this time I don't need a bash because the entry point is the bash. Okay, so I have got a typo there, so let's try to fix that. So it should be bash, and let's just build again. Docker load, and then we can do docker run. No problem. So that's the first thing I want to show you. So how you can just use the template and add your entry point. Okay. And next I want to show you how you can use build nix shell images function to build the image instead of using the build image one. Build nix shell image is very useful when you already have some flakes that you want to reuse. So one of the examples here is taken from my flake shell template. So we can see here, we can copy this thing straight away from my template and reuse that in the image. So let me show you how. So we will go back to our flake flake.nix. We will comment this one out, and we will just copy this part, paste, and then we will save. So let's have a read. So basically it's just using the Docker tools, build Nix shell image, the same image name, image tag, and then we are using this max shell no cc package, and inside the package we will use the install this hello package. Okay, so we can quit and do a Nix build, and then we do docker load, and then we can do docker run. So now we've got a Nix shell here, right? So if we type hello, you can see the hello package is there as well. So let's exit. Okay, so that's how you can build an interactive container with the Docker tools. So the next type of container I want to show you is the CRI containers. So for example, if your application is actually just a CRI tool like curl, XH, things like that, you can use this template to build it as well. So let me just show you how. I'm going to just modify our template as well by removing this session first, and we will uncomment this session and just modify a little bit. We will also use the build image function here. The difference here is that I'm going to change the bash interactive to the package directly. So in the example package, I'm going to use neo-calc. So we can do neo-calc. Of course, the entry point needs to be changed to calc, right? So next, let's just do Nix build, and then we can do docker load, and the last thing is to do docker run, right? But remember, this time the docker run, we just run the calc command, so we can probably do hello. Let's use the random flag. Let's try that. Right, so you can see here, I've got this hello, and then with a random images down here, okay? Okay, so that's how easy it is. You can build a CRI containers or image for the packages available on NixOS. If your package is not available on NixOS, you can also build it. I'm going to use the example here, which is for case CRI. This is something I use myself. So I can do Nix run. Do I have wget here? No, so I can do Nix run, Nix pkgs, wget, put in the URL, and I'm getting the default here. Let me just double check. Yep. And what we need to do is just to use the call package function to get this default package. So to kind of load this default package inside our container. So the Nix will take care of building the CRI tool and then put it inside the container. So let's try it. So first thing, we will just introduce this case CRI. We are going to use the core package here. And next, we are going to change this a little bit. So as you can see, we define our CRI tool called case CRI, so we can just use it directly here. So it would be case CRI, and of course the entry point will be case CRI as well, right? As you can imagine, this is a CRI tool after all. So let's save, and we can do Nix build. Oh, sorry. So Nix build. We can do docker load, and the next thing we want to do is docker run, right? Let's try it. Okay, we are getting some error message. So this error message suggests that the case CRI needs to have a bash or sh, and it also needs to have the get conf. So what we can do is to go back to our flake, go to the path section. So we will just give bash and get conf to this image. So we can do pkgs.bash pkgs.getConf, and let's build again. All right, so we can do docker load. Right, so let's run again. This time looks good. So we can say, let's say I want to keep up case of hello world. So you can see I've got keep up case. If I want to snake case, I've got snake case. Okay, so as you can see, it is so simple to actually build a CRI container or image for the packages that is not available on NixOS. Okay, so moving on, we are going to check the next one, which is the layer image. So so far you can see the image we built is actually just one single layer. So if we use dive to have a look our image, it's just one single layer. If we want to build multi-layer images, so the other ones can reuse some of the layers. So we can actually use this build layer image function. So let me just show you how. We don't need to change anything here. We just change the build image to, sorry, I should build layer. Okay, let me just copy that, make sure I don't have a spelling error. And we also need to put this part, let's just comment this out and put in as contents. Then we can do case CRI, pkgs bash, pkgs get conf. Okay. The other thing, the other settings, we can just leave it as it is, the entry point. So let's just save Nix build. All right, so I've got some issues here. Let me just double check. All right, so the contents is incorrect because I've got a spelling error. All right, so contents. Hopefully this time is correct. All right, so let's do docker load. Okay, docker load. All right, so as you can see here, we have the same content, KCRI, packages bash, packages get conf, but this time we've got so many different layers. If we do dive, so we can see we have so many different layers here. So if you have something that based on the same packages, or say the same Nix store, I should say, they can share the layers together. So to test this image, we can do run. It works the same way. Okay. Okay, so that's how we can build images with multiple layers. There is another way to build multiple layers with the build image, is to build something on top of another image. So here is an example that I want to show you. So let's go back to my flake.nix. So we can delete this part now and define our new image. So it can be docker, sorry, pkgs, docker tools, build image. So we can just copy here. Oh, okay, so there are some errors here. All right, the formatting is looking better now. And then we are going to change this one to build image as well. And also here I will have from image, which is bash, right? So I want to build my second image is on top of the bash. So let's say I want to use this bash as the base to build an interactive container or image. And then I build this second layer with some additional tools. So in this particular case, I'm going to put in some editors inside my container. So let me just copy this part, the copy to root path. Okay. Or maybe I should just delete here and make sure here is uncommon and put in these editors inside my containers. Yep. Save. All right, the formatting looks good. So, but for the entry point, I want it to be a bash. Okay. Sorry. Delete. Okay, bash. All right, so let's just do nix build. Docker load. All right, so let's just do Docker run to make sure it runs first. All right, so we've got micro there, no problem. We got Vim here, also works. And let's just dive to this example. As we can see here, we've got two layers. So the first one is the bash, and the second one is all our CRI tools and the editors. Okay, so next is going to show you how you can use the image from Docker Hub, right? So let's say you want to use Alpine as your base image. To do that, we need to use a tool called Nix prefetch Docker. So let's just copy here. And I want to build my image based on Alpine 3.20.2. All right, so as we can see here, we've got this data here, which suggests it's Alpine, the digest, the SHA-256, and the image tag. So go back to our flake.nix. We can delete this session. I'll just select delete and Alpine equal to pkgs.docker tools and pull image, I think, yep. Pull image, and then we just paste in the data. Of course, we need to make sure we've got this semicolon at the end, and we can build our image based on Alpine, right? Alpine. And also we will change the bash a little bit, or the tools a little bit here, so we don't need a BC box. So let's just delete this, but we need to have a shell. So we can do bash interactive, and that's it. Let's do nix build docker load, and then we can do docker run. All right, so if we do cats etc os release, we can see we are running this based on Alpine images, right? Just as we expected, and the version match the versions we pull from Docker Hub. All right. That's all I want to show you on how you can use the template to build different images. The next part I want to show you is how you can actually build multi-architecture images. I have prepared a script for you to run with the Flake. So what you need to do is just to do nix run. Okay, so if we take a look here, we can see we've got result Arch 64, Linux AMD 64, and Linux ARM 64. So we've got two results. You can import or load these two into your Docker and then push that to your repository. So I'm not going to show you what it looks like, but I've got all the commands here. All right. So basically, after you push these two images to your Docker Hub, you can create a manifest to kind of associate these two into one. I've got an example here, Docker Hub, for one of my containers. So we can do net shoot here. So if we take a look at the tab, so I've got one AMD 64 and one ARM 64. and these two will be associated with the 1.0.0, and it's also associated with the latest tag as well. So when you pull this image, it will just based on your current host machine's system architecture, it will just pull the images respectively. Okay. All right, so that's all I want to show you today, and I hope this is useful and you can start using NixOS to build your Docker images. If you have any questions, please leave your comments down below and I will try my best to get back to you. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.